All rise for the Honorable Tim G. Jacob as he presides here on the realest, most entertaining sports show in the game.
Yes, sir.
Put it on some.
Yeah, man. Let's get
Honorable
into it.
one, the real ones around the world are anticipating football season more and more and more as the days pass by. Okay, they have looked at your previous two rulings, and if they haven't, we encourage y'all to go back and look at his ruling on the AFC East and the NFC East. There might be some interesting things in there. Okay, so make sure you go check those out. Okay, but honorable one, what say you about the AFC North?
I highly encourage everyone out there to watch these predictions. Just for the simple fact, I want you to be mad at me at the end of it. I want to piss somebody off. That's the whole idea behind this. And quite naturally, predictions are going to piss people off because fandom is what it is. It's fandom, But we're going to get into this AFC North because I know somebody that's a fan of every team in this division. My brother is a Ravens fan, whom I have lost the Super Bowl to. Yeah. I got one Dylan Smith, who I've been working with all summer long, trying to settle the waters, so to speak, in his mind about his Pittsburgh Steelers.
Okay.
A faithful viewer.
Shout out.
And then also we got one nephew, George.
Yes.
Who will tell you that it's Bengals and nothing else.
Yeah, true.
And what did he call Lamar Jackson?
Probably called him a running back. Knowing his
disrespectful. Is it a running back? Yeah, was he a running back or something? Yeah, what
him.
Yeah, real disrespectful. But he represents Cincinnati to the fullest, and I respect that. Mm-hmm. I think he's the first Bengals fan I've met, to be honest with you.
Definitely black one.
for sure, definitely. So let's get into it. The AFC North this year draw in the NFC West and the AFC South. Now, you'll be like, well, what's the significance to that? Well, everybody got to see my Niners. The Seahawks are not a team to poo-poo this year, in my opinion. I think they are a playoff team from last year who I think has made some really good acquisitions in terms of the draft, and they've got depth in spots. You're going to ask, well, can Geno put together another year of really good ball? That remains to be seen. But I think Geno Smith is in a good place right now. And I think he's in a spot that Pete Carroll and company are welcoming him to, be the guy.
Okay.
You say the AFC South, and you're like, okay, well, it's just the Jaguars. They're the only playoff team. But I'm telling people out there right now, do not, by any means, sleep on the Tennessee Titans. None whatsoever. They're physical. They're nasty. They play their style of ball. They did sign DeAndre Hopkins, and people were going to go, well, DeAndre just chased the bag. He ain't try to go win no title. Okay. But the Tennessee Titans are a prideful bunch, and Mike Vrabel coaches them up. And you think they're going to accept last year? They're not going to accept last year. They're coming. Just forewarning y'all, they're coming. So let's get into it. At the bottom, I got the Cleveland Browns.
Oh,
I got Cleveland Browns at the bottom.
See,
I don't, huh? Yeah, go ahead.
Let me tell you right now, you just pissed off.
Who I pissed off? That's why I said what I said at the beginning. Go ahead.
You just pissed off Brian Hart, one of our young boys. Young man that shot our first music video. Okay.
Yeah.
He is down 10 toes down with Deshaun Watson. So since Deshaun Watson,
wait a minute. When you say,
shut your mouth.
What do you say? When you say that, what do you say? What do you mean when you say that?
Pause.
But go ahead.
Okay. So now that Deshaun Watson has moved over there to them Cleveland Browns, I'm quite sure he's gonna want to chime in on that. Okay.
That's fine, ain't no problem. Ain't no problem. I mean, it's what I do. But the Cleveland Browns are gonna be competitive. Don't get me wrong. Now, as long as they still got Nick Chubb and they still got that line, but I don't trust Stefanski.
Okay.
I don't trust Kevin Stefanski at all. Have no reason to. Now, do I expect Deshaun to bounce back? I do think Deshaun will have a much better year, but I do think defensively, to me, I don't love their defense as much as I love the other three teams. Like they've got some good talent, and they got and I'm about to forget his name. I'm about to forget his name very badly. Mr. Garrett, Mr. Garrett,
Miles
Mr.
Garrett.
Garrett, Mr. Garrett. And they got good pieces in the back end. Truthfully, they do give the Bengals fits. They did. They have in years past give them Bengals fits. I think they have split with them time or two. I think the last couple of years, I think they've split with them. I think the Browns have had their number in certain aspects. But it's the Browns. It's who they are. It's what they are. It's what they do. And as long as Stefanski's on the sideline, I'm just not gonna be a fan of them. I'm just not. So now at three, I got the Ravens. And the reason I've got the Ravens, they've added some pieces, but it's a new offensive coordinator. And everybody is kind of, I don't know, they kind of seem like they're glossing over the fact they got a new OC. And we all know when new OCs come to town, things take time, right? And I don't really know what this is going to look like. Now, I do think that the Ravens will be competitive, but I have to go along with what history tells me that they tend to tail off second half of the year. They lose games they're not supposed to. Are they going to be a totally different team with this new offensive coordinator in place? Are they going to be the kind of team that can close the deal on games? Because that was a problem with the Ravens last year. They could not close the deal. So it leads me to believe that, yeah, Lamar got his money. Cool. And Lamar is still the dynamic talent, even though he's the running back in Georgia's eyes. But he's the dynamic talent. You got Odell Beckham, but do you say Odell is a one? So who's the true one? I mean, you got Zay Flowers, you got Rashad Bateman, you got some guys over there, but who's the real one? Who's the guy that's gonna, or is it gonna be a, who gets off by committee type of thing? So I like the Ravens, and they're gonna compete. They're gonna be a hard team to deal with week in and week out. But I just think there are times in which the Ravens seem to get in their own way. Now, if this offensive coordinator who came from Georgia, Todd, I think his name's Todd Monken, I believe, he came from Georgia. He's bringing that Georgia package with him, and that's supposed to be, people think, a shot in the arm for the Ravens, but we'll see. At 2, I got the Steelers. I think highly of the Steelers this year. Now, people are going to say, well, Kenny Pickett. All right, gotcha. Kenny Pickett. I get it. I think Najee Harris is going to have the best year he's had in the league this year. I think he's going to have a phenomenal year. I think that is going to keep Kenny Pickett from having to be this otherworldly talent. I'm not asking Kenny Pickett to be Mahomes. What I'm asking for is Kenny Pickett to just put it where it needs to be with that receiving talent he's got, because they just acquired Allen Robinson as well. You've got Pat Freiermuth. You've got George Pickens. You've got Mr. Johnson. You got guys. The talent is there. Now, I can hear Dylan Smith in my ear. What about Mike Tomlin? See, I can hear it. I can hear it already. Mike gonna screw it up. I can hear him. It's in there. It's all over the place. You can hear it. You can hear it in the echoes of the walls in my home. But I think the Steelers have a schedule that sets up really nicely. Okay. They get a lot of home games. Niners, really important games. Niners early at home. That's first game of the year. The Ravens at home. And to be honest with you, full disclosure, whatever the line comes out to be in that Niners game, I'm probably gonna take, if the Niners are favored, I'm gonna take the Steelers in the points. I'm just gonna put that out there. Road game on the East Coast. Y'all don't know who my quarterback is. I don't either. I'm just gonna take the Prince. That's what I'm gonna tell you right now. Full disclosure. You got the Ravens week 5 at home. You got the Jags week 8 at home. You got the Titans week 9 at home. They got things that come, they got a favorable schedule in my eyes. So I do think the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to take the leap forward. And you got to remember there's one TJ Watt over there. There's a Minka Fitzpatrick over there. They just signed Highsmith to a bunch of money. They still got Mr. Hayward. They still got a lot of things. It's all there. Now, of course, Dylan's going to say, but Mike's going to mess it up. I got you.
That's what he's
I believe in Mike.
No. Matter of fact, he's going to say fire.
Fire.
Yeah. He's going to want him fired. Yeah.
He probably going to want him. He probably going to want him on the hot seat. He's probably on the hot seat right now.
Oh, yeah. With him, yes.
Probably in the hot seat right now. But probably about if they're 2-2 by week 5, the phone calls and the text messages will begin in vast amounts. At 1, I got the Bengals, and their schedule is a nasty looking schedule. Being honest with you,
okay,
they got to go to the Niners week 8. Well, front half of the schedule is okay, like it's manageable, right? But then come week 8, the Bengals get tested. They get the Niners away, they get the Bills at home, they get the Ravens away, Steelers at home, they get the Jags away, the Vikings at home, Steelers and Chiefs back end of the season away. Nasty schedule. But it's Joe Cool and company, and they're battle tested. They've been here before. They know what it takes. I think this year you're going to see an even more dynamic Chase and Burrow combination. I think you're going to see T. Higgins. Like people talk about like Waddle and Hill, but I do personally think both of those guys can have like 1,200, 1,300 yards apiece. Both of them. And I wouldn't even bat an eye at that. But I think the battle tested, they've got the best core on both sides of the ball. It's all still there to me. I believe in the Bengals more than I believe in any of these other teams in terms of winning the division. I just don't see the Pittsburgh Steelers winning the division, but I can see them being a wild card team. And I think they've got some things to prove to people. That's why I think with Mike T, I think he still got the locker room, and I think they love what they have around them. That's why I can see them at 2. I can see the Bengals at 1. But it's going to be a dog-eat-dog division now. One injury, and you can see yourself on the bottom of the division. One significant injury, and these teams are on the bottom because they're going to beat each other up. It's the black and blue division of the AFC. But I got the Browns at 4. Sorry, be hard. I know.
And look, Brian, don't be disrespectful to my brother now, because I know how you get. I've been telling you about how you be showing out on Twitter when it comes to stuff. He's got several accounts. What they be doing to your account? Suspended. He got several accounts suspended for now. In the past, it's been like beefing with folks about Jack State, but now I see he beefing with folks about the Browns. Now, don't get your account suspended, young blood.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't do it, dog. It's just not worth it. It ain't worth it.
It ain't worth it.
Ravens at 3. I got the Ravens at 3. I got the Steelers at 2. And I got the Bengals at 1. I just believe that this division is going to be one of those divisions where whoever's healthy at the end is going to be there. But I think the Bengals have the talent to really win the AFC, to be honest with you. If I just keep it a buck, I mean.
So I was going to ask you, you said you think they got the best core on both sides of the ball. Was that for the AFC North, or was that for the league?
No, for the North. Okay. They've turned it around. They're not the Bungles anymore.
Okay.
I mean, they're just not the Bungles anymore. They're a very good team with a lot of really good talent on both sides of the ball. I mean, still Hendricks in there, still Sam Hubbard. I mean, you still got Pratt and Logan Wilson. You still got good corners. Of course, they got rid of Eli Apple, which is very good. So Eli Apple he's just not a guy. And I'm glad Eli Apple is not around. That helps them. They actually have elevated because they got rid of Eli Apple. Eli Apple's trash.
Why is that Eli Apple shade? What is that?
Just can't stand him. He upsets me.
Okay.
But anyway.
All right, well, real ones, y'all chime in and let us know what y'all think about the honorable ones assessment. Again, he has the Browns at 4. He has the Ravens at 3. Okay. He has the Pittsburgh Steelers at 2. And he has the Cincinnati Bengals. Who they winning the AFC North.
Yep.
All right. Put it on something.
Thank you so much for watching my daddy's YouTube channel. Make sure you like, share, and turn on your post notifications. Okay, how do I do it?